back to the N.y.a show as we breeze into Wednesday. I appreciate the continued support of the show, and may you always go back to the YouTube channel. And please be sure to check out my last couple uploads, which was the Secret Service director got grilled, and now she's completely out of there. It didn't take 24 hours for her to get out of there. Kamala takes the lead. They admit that they targeted mosques. Pay attention to that in Gaza. Then slam dams in parts of Kenya, as well as riots took over parts of the UK. Last week I was talking about how the riots were taking over. They assuming that it was a asylum seeker when it was like a young boy, and then farmers across the country get a check, but isn't enough. Black farmers finally were able to get a check from the USDA. They say up to over $500,000, but they had to add other minorities into it in order to actually get it done. So I just wanted to, I shine a light on how you got to work together in order to get some of these money-related matters passed. They're not going to just put anything directly. From what I can see, they're not gonna just directly like, oh, this is for y'all. You know, they're gonna be like, well, I throw my cousin them in there. They're like, okay, cool. Your cousin is demographic, y'all demographic. Boom, we'll get y'all the money. So I did see a lot of that. I hope that everybody's week has been well so far as we breeze into Wednesday. Once again, please be sure to check out Spirit Arrested, the short film by W3 Filmed it on YouTube. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, and then also share with, like I said, please share it through your text and group chat. All those good things, as well as how the mother is balancing life and pursuit of dreams. An interview with Ajay Breyonna and Tambe by Ajay Tambe. Please check out the rest of Ajay Tambe content that he does have. Download Apple Podcasts and get Ajay Tambe's work, as well as please dedicate 41 minutes of your time to listen to this interview. This past weekend, my dog 34 Kel, he had his birthday on Saturday. I wasn't able to make his performances this weekend. I wanted to make sure I put a drop in here for his latest project, Sincerely Kel. Please be sure to check out my dog project, because my dog is one of the last people left out of my friend group when I was in college. We were making music, we were just on it. Kel younger than me too, and he still got the ambition, and he's still keeping going performances all the time. So please be sure to support him. Go to his page on @34 Kel. That's on that's on Instagram. So please be sure to check out my dog. And this is his project on Apple Music, just in case. This is on all platforms. You can find Sincerely Kel. That's his newest project. Now let's breeze into this. White House deeply concerned after Gaza officials report more than 100 killed in a school sheltering thousands. The Israeli strike hit the school and the mosque inside during dawn prayers. The Israeli military said there was a Hamas commander on the site, which Hamas denied. Let's go ahead and twist up this audio and see what they're talking about.
Tonight, anguish in Gaza following a deadly strike that hit a school in Gaza City. 3 rockets hit the Tambe school, killing at least 100 people, according to a spokesperson with Gaza's civil defense. There are also a lot of people who are missing, he says, a lot of bodies that cannot be identified. Israel admits they carried out the strikes, but claimed the school was more than just a shelter for thousands of displaced Palestinians. In a statement released tonight, Israeli forces said in part they struck terrorists operating at a Hamas command and control center embedded inside a mosque in the school compound, and killed 19 militants using 3 precise munitions. This was just one of a mosque in the school compound, and killed 19 militants using 3 precise.
There we go. Military ammunition, equipment, and storage. Okay, that's why I wanted to find out what it was. Using 3 precise weapons. Okay.
Munitions. This was just one of a series of deadly airstrikes in Gaza over the last 24 hours. And civilians in the line of fire, all they see is devastation.
Yep, that's all they see. They sit here, like saying, we sit here debating and arguing over, people's backgrounds, spiritual backgrounds. And here are these people at the end of the day, they putting people in body bags, you know what I'm saying? And there's no real accountability. I mean, as I talk about more and more stories tonight, you're going to see how there's no accountability. And like I said, when I talk about these type of scenarios, they're going on across the entire world. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to my page, you see I cover everything that's going on across the entire world. We're just here at the end of a presidency of Joe Biden, who spent the last year of his presidency, last 2 years, really just dealing with wars and money. And that's just all that we're seeing here. And once again, I don't know, is it just lopsided media when it comes to like our Israeli anything from Israel being bombed or any, are they, is Hamas getting anything? Like that's what I'm only seeing. Are they trying to just make Israel look bad? Because like they're only reporting what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And they're not reporting, and there's not many attacks coming the other way. Or is it like truly like they say, like you do have over there in Israel, they're being supported by us, the big brother, big brother superpower. But let's not also forget that all of this issue going to still boil down to the United States is sending money to both sides. Like I've said on plenty of stories, they send money to both sides, and then they also just root for whoever ends up winning. They go, remember, I looked out for you. Yeah, and they still had allegiance on, and they still had a control either way because they're funding both sides. Whoever wins, they're just like, I was rocking with you. I was helping you, right? When Joebiden talks in the interview I had up with Speedy, what did he say? He said, I have done more for the Palestinians than anybody else. So you think that doesn't come with weapons, on top of aid? And then the aid, when it was going to Ukraine, when I did that story last year, the aid was going to Ukraine, and they didn't know, they couldn't account for all of the weapons and the gear that was going over there because it was just too much. Let me see. I just want to read a little bit of this, and I'm gonna get out of here. But I do want you guys to share this story. Like, there was a school and a mosque that were both scrubbed. It was not just one place that got scrubbed, but this is the one that got all the attention enough to get a full story out of it. And all of these people that were in there, they said we got some militants, and they said they're not accounting for the other people that was in there, but there are dozens of people that lost their life in there, and not all of them was some damn militants. You know what I'm saying? These were normal people, and this is going on every single day. An airstrike by the Israel Defense Forces on a school turned shelter killed at least a school turned shelter killed at least 100 people and injured dozens more Saturday morning, according to Gaza's civil defense. Like I said, it's coming from their perspective. And what would be one of the deadliest attacks in a 10-month war, as mediators discuss an ongoing effort to de-escalate. Soaring tensions in the region, the strikes hit a Talbin school in Gaza City, including the mosque inside it during dawn prayer. So they didn't even care that people were in there praying. So I always say we gotta remember, let's not disrespect other people, because just like we like to have our prayer and we like to have our moments, if war was to break out in this country and they was able to penetrate into this country and just be hitting different churches and different mosques in the States, that would devastate people to see what it done. What it would do to our communities, just to see that while people are trying to worship and pray, they came and dropped bombs on them. So I do want to keep that in mind as well, because as they say, the death toll cited by NBC News is from Civil Defense, the agency that provides emergency services in Gaza. A spokesperson for Gaza Civil Defense said many of the victims have not been identified due to the disappearance of their features and melting of the bodies, as most of them were molten remains. So how can we really even talk about what's going to be the solution here when people just got their whole goddamn bodies burnt up in this? So y'all, let me know what y'all thoughts on this story, you guys. As I say, the White House deeply concerned after Gaza officials report more than 100 killed in the school sheltering thousands. And the United States is just saying that, we just want y'all to go about this being more careful in the way that y'all are doing this. But every single time that they hit something, civilians are getting killed. So I don't see if there's any form of, like I say, my child, one life matter, just like everybody else's child. So all it takes is, it should, once it hit your child, that ain't when you should care. You should care when it's just everybody else's child. Because it could be one person's child and they just bombing and doing all this in the name of war. Just think if it's your child. It's the N.y.a show. Let me know what y'all thoughts are on this story. And like I said, it's the United States. We have our hands in the back of both people in this part. We just looking to see who's going to come out on top. We just on the front are making sure that all of our connections know that we support Israel 100%. There's nothing that we won't do for our allies. NATO, that's what the United States feel is. That's what it's going to be under Biden. That's what it's going to be under Trump. That's what it's going to be under Kamala. That's what it's going to be under Brian Kemp if he become the president after all of them. It's going to be. That's what it's going to always be. We're going to always give them what they need. It's the N.y.a show. Let me know what y'all thoughts on this story, and I'll bust right back at y'all with another show.